So today I want to talk about Axel and Saïx, two fan favorite Kingdom Hearts characters. Well, one being more of a fan favorite and another one being detestable. But with that being said, a lot of people want to see these characters, and we did get a glimpse of them in the most recent Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer for Big Hero 6. It was a small clip of a cutscene where we see Saïx and Axel on the clock tower in Twilight Town, or should I say Isa and Lee. And just to get into this key difference really quickly, if you do not know, there is a physical difference between Lee and Axel to tell them apart, and the difference is that Axel, when he was introduced back in Chain of Memories all the way up to Dream Drop Distance, when he eventually turned back into Lee, he has always had these purple teardrop tattoo markings under his eyes. He has always had those ever since he has been Axel. You can look at it. As soon as he changed back to being Lee, his physical appearance basically didn't change. The only thing that changed is that he lost those purple markings under his eyelids. With that being said, Lee has never shown to have these teardrop markings all the way back in Birth by Sleep, all the way up to Dream Drop Distance when he becomes a complete person once again. But for the sake of this video, I am going to just refer to them as Axel and Saïx because that's what most people are going to call them anyway. So with that being said, it looks like they are going to be conversating with each other during Kingdom Hearts 3, or possibly be flashing back to a time during Dream Drop Distance, seeing as I pointed out that Axel is a whole person in this cutscene. With that being said, there are a couple of things that they could be talking about, and I'm going to go, in my opinion, from the least likely to probably the most likely in my personal opinion. So starting with the least likely one, this could be Saïx from the past giving Axel information. As we have found out in the most recent Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key story update, we found out there is going to be a way to travel into the future. We don't know how that is at this point, and this whole theory could be disproven by that in a couple of weeks or so. But as of right now, it could be that Saïx is going to Axel in the future and telling him about Xano's plan and what may happen. Because as we know, Kingdom Hearts has some really complicated rules as to how people can time travel and their memories when they time travel. So he could be going into the future to warn his friend about what is going to happen and what he needs to do to prevent certain actions from happening. Two, they honestly could just be meeting up, and maybe both of them are trying to plead their cases to each other to join each other's side. As we know, Axel and Saïx have been friends for a very long time, since they were very young, and with that being said, they obviously care about each other to an extent, like anybody who has been friends for that long would be. With that being said, maybe Saïx feels that Xano's way of getting Kingdom Hearts and whatever his master plan is the right way to go about things. But because of Axel's experiences with Xion and Roxas throughout his time as a nobody and other such things, and his general disposition towards doing things in a very grim manner, I don't think he would want to go with Saïx's plan and would like him to join the Seekers of Light and protect the princesses and stop Xano from doing what he is doing. Maybe Axel cannot justify what Xano is doing. Maybe what Xano is doing is for the greater good, but the way he's going about it may be completely wrong, and Axel cannot agree with those methods. And they could just be pleading their cases to each other at some point during Dream Drop Distance or in Kingdom Hearts 3, and just come to the conclusion that eventually they're going to have to fight each other, and just leave it at that. And last but not least, which I think is a very possible theory just because of what we know of Saïx before he became a nobody, is that Saïx may be playing a double agent for the Guardians of Light. As we know throughout the various Kingdom Hearts games, people on the surface sometimes turn out not to be what they truly are. For example, Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, as we thought in the first game, he was just a scientist that wanted to get his hands on the darkness, but it turns out that he was actually a Heartless of a Keyblade wielder who wanted to do something with Kingdom Hearts itself. So with that being said, it could be very well possible that Saïx, up until this point, as of him being a nobody, has just been a complete act. And since Axel and Saïx were not supposed to be at the Radiant Garden Castle that day, when Xano decided to turn everybody into nobodies, it could be possible that they were factors that he didn't exactly foresee in his plan. Maybe they were just some last minute things, as to say like, okay, we didn't expect these people to be here, but we might as well make more nobodies to have Organization 13 filled up much quicker, just to get it out of the way. And because of them not being calculated risk and maybe possibly being something that he thought about at the last second, they are unpredictable when it comes to Xano. For all we know, Saïx could have been playing the subservient second in command to Xemnas and Xehanort this whole time, just to eventually stop Xehanort from basically carrying out his plan. From what we know of him, he doesn't have a desire to hold the Keyblade, and it doesn't look like he has any big reason to hate Axel, other than him probably being jealous over his relationship with Roxas and Xion back in 358 over 2 days. And if that is the case, that would be one heck of a twist in my opinion. So with that being said, let me know your opinions on what do you think Saïx and Axel could be talking about in Kingdom Hearts 3, and possibly what do you think that they're mainly going to be doing in these games. Do you think Axel is going to be training for the majority of the game, or you think he's going to be carrying out missions in the background? What do you think Saïx is going to be doing? Do you think he's going to be the main villain of one of the various Kingdom Hearts worlds that we are going to see in Kingdom Hearts 3? Kind of like how we have seen Larxene in Frozen's world, how we have seen Lexlord in Pirates of the Caribbean, and Marluxia in Tangled. Do you think he could be a antagonist for a certain world? Let me know your opinions on that down below. Those are my thoughts on what is going to be happening with Axel and Saïx in Kingdom Hearts 3, and let me know yours down below. With that being said, it's been your boy Skipx. I will see you all in the next one, and I am out.